Death to Chronos. It's decided.
Sure.
This is only so that I can better study my opponent.
What you like or listen to is no one's business but yours. And mine.
How about this?
Alright, hold on. You're really pampering that frog, or toad, or whatever it is.
There. Sounds good.
Can do. Smart. That statue of a cat won't scratch up all your stuff.
Huh. Let's do it.
Okay. Doesn't do me any good, but should be softer on your feet.
It's decided.
Uh-huh.
Any relic from the House of Hades ought to be preserved.
Don't know why you need that old thing, but sure.
Yeah.
So you can sneak on out of there without me giving you my boon? Well, you're entirely mistaken, Em. And you're about to be much quicker, too.
No war can last forever, but we shall always be family. Isn't that so, my lord? This is but a simple reminder that there's more to unite us than the thrill of the fight.
You've given me far greater gifts than even this fine nectar, which I do of course appreciate. But the slaughter you have thus far caused, that is truly second to none. To have driven back the father of all monsters is a monumental achievement, my kin. But the war is not yet won, which means still greater victories await, perhaps with the occasional ignoble defeat.
Our paths keep crossing, huh? Much as I'd love to have ourselves a chat. I'm on the job. Better stand
Draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
This gift of magic does not come from me, but from within. Yet, it is also true my luminance awakens innate possibility. An ill-kept secret, even mortals of the surface know. Now.
We were able to repel that monstrous Typhon thanks to your aid. So it can be done. Only the contemptible thing soon recovered and commenced his climb once more.
There has to be a way to vanquish Typhon utterly, not just slow him down. But if slowing him's the best result we can achieve for now, so be it.
The so-called father of all monsters. I heard the tales many times, of course, but seeing him, I felt my courage almost falter, which was more frightening even than the thing itself.
We've defeated Typhon with your aid. Although defeated is a bit of a strong word, for it appears we merely knocked him down. Most likely made him angrier. Do make your way back when you can.
A lightning sigil.
I must admit, young lady, I had my doubts about you coming all this way to lend your aid. We ought to be capable enough to drive back Typhon on our own. But our latest battle with him might have gone differently if not for you.
This one.
On the world open, he got sailed to this mountaintop. Unless he fashions for himself a craft that sails on air, he shall be relegated to my waters. But how then did he get his goods up here?
You heard that, didn't you? I remember back when we first met, you seemed enormous. Much bigger than most any other foe I'd ever faced. But now, you're hardly any match for me.
Aw, thanks. And I remember back when first we met, my sleeping schedule was completely out of whack, but it's all better now. And I've still got my figure. Enormous, was it?
That's all a matter of perspective, as I've learned. For instance, you're quite minuscule in comparison to the father of all monsters, Typhon. He's properly enormous.
I'll have to take your word for it. Anyways, just how big can he be? No more than 3 square meals worth, if I had to guess. Been too long since I had some monster meat.
Thank you, Flower, for you've thrown our enemies upon this mountain into turmoil. Even now they attempt to regroup, but with your continued effort, we may drive them back.
You take my brother's side over my own? Young lady, I thought you were sensible.
Had to do it.
Must fight amongst ourselves like this. Although at least we make it brief.
Trouble? You're really never going to get out of my way, are you, Eris? You'd rather Typhon lay Mount Olympus to ruin. Although at that point, I suppose this war would end.
It sure would. But after that, things might not get too orderly for a while, and who knows what Typhon does from there. Think of the possibilities, babe.
Back in one piece, Talos?
Mountaintop. I hoped, perhaps, that we could meet at last, but we've more pressing matters to attend to now, the both of us.
A sudden surge.
The numerous defensive capabilities of terrifying Talos, the most powerful of the Olympian automatons wrought by the hands of great Hephaestus himself, includes the power to quite slowly self-repair.
Surely Talos will recall this misunderstanding next time.
Don't move. The future is a series of fixed points. Not even my master believes this to be true, but I have seen the many possibilities. The only question is, which is our destination?
You fill my mind with this nonsense. Not even the 3 fates know entirely what the future holds, for they are always weaving.
They were always weaving, yes. I know that you know that they weave no longer now. Yet moment by moment the future still unfolds. Let us give shape to it ourselves. I knew that this would be a struggle, but hold always to the chance I may be wrong. Was there nothing I could have done?
Good find.
Apocalyptic Typhon, lord and father of monstrosity, has fallen to the gods before. And for that ancient bitter loss, he now exacts a most terrible price.
He'll soon be falling to the gods again. Nearly there now.
Suck Typhon in the eye for me, all right?
Good. Remember me? Down with Typhon. There.
Finally, the terrifying storm tearing apart the fortress of the gods starts to relent. Perhaps because its monstrous source is nowhere to be found.
At least for now.
This world is filled with monsters large and small, and for the most part, they are not unstoppable, as evidenced by our Dark Princess of the Dead, who thus decides to take a little break.
Return to Shadow now?
How can this be?
So, what's up? Sometimes I hardly recognize this place. The tent, I mean. Just look at all this stuff. It's practically a palace now.
I never thought I'd want to live in a palace. Though when you put it that way, I have second thoughts. Were all the latest decorative touches to your liking?
More stuff to mess with means more haunting opportunities, so yeah, I think it's fine. It's you I'm worried about. Not quite as neat and sparse in here as it used to be.
We could always neaten it up again.
Please, now.
It's
Good
an
evening,
auspicious
everyone.
night.
We welcome you.
Headmistress, you cursed my friend. Poisoned her. You taught me never to be quick to judge, so help me understand.
Understand, then, that my allegiance forcibly is with the gods, not with arrogant mortals. You did not know the Arachne of old. She has been humbled in her current form.
Then she has learned her lesson. Please, help me change her back.
I told you 'tis a matter between her and Athena. For my part, I merely can express regret. To you, as well as her. Perhaps in time, Athena herself may thus be swayed.
But...
The Nightmare Goddess. We've not too many shades all the way out on the Olympus front. Only a few brave souls. They're saying that you met Lady Athena face to face. How's she holding up?
Considering she's holding back great numbers of the Titan's forces single-handedly, she seems remarkably composed.
I'd ask you thank her for the times she may have saved my skin, but discretion's for the best.
You sure I shouldn't say anything?
Aye.
Take all the time you need. In shadow I serve.
I, for one, was certain she'd prevail. While I do not wish to insinuate you're some kind of slacker, nonetheless, I can't help but observe it's been more than a few nights since last you vanquished me, young one.
I thought my training here was more or less complete, Commander. All the nocturnal arms are at my disposal, and I know them well. Am I to keep reducing you to dust?
Well, the choice is ultimately yours, of course, but lest you forget, There's always more for you to learn, and only one way to learn it.
By hitting you repeatedly.
And often. Now come on! That stick has got Great stuff. I rise again.
Salutations.
Hey.
I never mean to slow you down, especially as you get started for the night. So you go on and pick something, and then get out of there.
In the name of Zeus! There you are.
Excellent.
That Typhon seems only to grow angrier each time we withstand his rage. A clever ploy for Chronos to set such a thing on us, keeping us occupied while he plots his next move.
Whether clever or reckless, I'm not yet convinced. Chronos is counting on Typhon turning all his violence against Olympus, but after that, not even he can control such an abomination.
Perhaps Chronos means to seal the monster away once we are no longer a threat. At any rate, we don't intend to let any such outcome transpire. Then very well. To greater victory.
So you're a witch, are you? Interesting craft. Your magic-making words possess a certain rhythm and power. Poetry's much the same, except its magic affects only the heart.
And caught. In you go, Marty.
You found a specimen. I was unable to detect you for some time, but then the Earth itself shuddered, as though an object of very substantial size fell from considerable height. That must have been the being you called Typhon. Did you cause him to fall? Do not respond.
Headmistress.
My point, Arachne, is I've no intention to deflect blame for what I've done. And although I cannot rescind my actions, know that your safety in these woods is guaranteed.
I do appreciate your candor in this, Titaness. However, if my safety now is your concern, you can begin by showing yourself out. With all due respect.
Very well. I shan't intrude upon your home again. Good evening.
Hi, Arachne.
Another customer already. You just missed the great big witch. Not often that I am honored with her presence. Next you see her out there, give her a good one for me, would you? I knew you'd pick this one.
Be well, all right? This again. We're settled.
Can't guarantee a weapon worthy of the gods is going to be enough for you to see this through. But I can guarantee you're getting the very best. You want to see me handiwork? Then fine. I might get a wee bit noisy, though.
Hephaestus, don't be mad. That light.
Some work you did. Oh, looks like you could use some patching up.
What do we have in stock? I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
Whenever you invoke me thus, I urge my steeds toward the earth, as far as they dare tread. They are becoming braver, I should think. Now please use well the power I reveal in you.
There you are.
I appreciate your candor with Arachne, Headmistress. You must have known full well that she would not forgive you.
far easier to beg forgiveness than to dole it out. As you grow longer in years, you too shall have relationships that cannot be repaired.
Sounds straightforward enough. Let's go, Homer.
Your latest effort to stop Typhon did not go as you presumably desired, yet we still were able to use the diversion you created to our advantage. Now for the Titan Chronos, yes?
Peace and quiet. Hey, you have an animal companion now. Some of mine would be here with me too, except they won't set foot within the underworld while they draw breath.
And I suppose they have other excuses for Aphira? Some companions they are, leaving you to your devices here.
They're just like us for the most part, except quieter usually. You take good care of yours for me, all right?
On the hook. I got a void skate. Jump.
Our #1 fan. Don't normally play private events, but for you, lady, we'll do anything.
Peace and quiet. I can use this. Where was I?
Cold vengeance. I can feel it from afar. I suppose my sister Demeter has more at stake in this than anybody on this mountaintop. Our enemy shall rue having crossed her.
Oh, yes. That's enough slithering about.
Just in time. Let's see whether the fates are on your side or mine this time around.
Here we go. Smackers. Chronos must have kicked him out again.
Cleansed of his thick miasma coat, the triple-headed Cerberus finally relents.
Some tears. It's me. Why, thank you.
Cerberus has been quite agitated, and I'm realizing why. It's not just having to roam through the morning fields. You probably can sense Typhon's return.
Just about every monster I've confronted probably is traceable to Typhon in some way. I doubt he had a close relationship with any of his kin, not even Cerberus.
I doubt that too. It seems not one of us is able to escape our father's influence. Yet here we all are, still.
Regards for helping clear the air a bit up here. Bought us a little moment to recover and regroup. Now everybody's all fired up again to break the siege. Oh, but listen to me. All about the warring like the rest of them.
Whom do you take me for? You think I shall simply roll over and accept this?
How to do it? We're almost there. Hold on. Satisfied?
We ought be forming strong alliances, not at each other's throats.
My, what a lovely dress. Aye, to have toppled Typhon from that mountaintop. Certainly it was not something that you could have done alone, yet still. How proud you must have felt.
I felt a tinge of satisfaction, yes. But you do know what's an even greater feeling than thwarting the father of all monsters, don't you?
If you insinuate that besting me in battle is a thrill akin to overcoming the great despoiler of Olympus, then you flatter me, my girl. Go on and try, even as Typhon stirs. My legions tend to be more punctual than this.
What did I tell you?
Surely from there the princess of the underworld vanquished hateful Chronos utterly, restoring peace wherever it was lost, and then lived joyfully for all eternity?
Ouch! Return to Shadow, now!
Well, upon the wards
hello?
this place.
Artemis.
Which keeps fancy running into you again.
Night's embrace. Ensure
Moonlight
that
guide
each
us and all.
is whole,
Stay
its
safe, sister.
strength secure.
Good, there you are. I'm late getting back, but couldn't bring myself to leave before you were up and about again. How are you feeling?
Considering the Titan of Time almost sliced me in two last night with a scythe twice my size that cuts through the air itself, I could be worse. Thank you for waiting up for me.
Of course. I like what you've done to this place. It's like a proper war camp now. With a taverna, hot springs. I ought to stop in more often. Shine on without me for now.
Shine on yourself.
Well, well.
You and the goddess Artemis make quite a force out there, by all accounts. And you sing together beautifully at that. Olympus sent her to check up on us then, eh?
I think so, yes. But I have complete trust in her, if that's what you're wondering. She tells Olympus no more than they need to know to rest assured about our partnership.
She is by nature rather cautious, isn't she? Well, for my part, I'm pleased you have in her not just an ally, but a friend.
For my part, too.
Way to stick it to that Chronos guy.
Do you ever miss it, Commander? Your time in service to the House of Hades, training my brother, holding a position of high honor there.
Oh, 'twas a glorious time for sure. But I would not have earned my post if I kept crying about the past like a little baby. I'm all about the here and now.
But all of what you used to have is gone. The other servants of the house. You must have some concern for them, at least.
Come on, they're gods. They'll probably be fine.